So in the case of our panda, he had a whole bunch of textures on his body. He had an animated set of textures right here on his face, and he had some UVs on the rest of the body in terms of, you can see the WWF over here. So a whole bunch of textures. There's different ones on the ears over here and so on. So if I open the Hypershade, this is just one of the, if I simply scrub my timeline, you'll see that the face right there is changing. So it's like a nice animated set of textures. And if you watch some of the design brief videos, there's also some examples of how some of the textures are done with UV texturing. And you can see these are all other textures right here for the panda in terms of the WWF, some of the black areas on the panda, and so on, and like the ear over here. So let's open our character over here, our simple character that we did, and take a look at how we can start UVing our character while using all the selection sets that we've made. So UVing is a process where you pretty much unwrap the character. So think about a box of cereal. If I gave you a box of cereal, if I told you, here's a box of cereal and paint it, or put some textures on it, will it be easy to just hold it and paint it with the box of cereal the way it is shaped, like a square or a rectangle, or will it be easy to peel it and lay it flat on the ground? So peel it from all sides and think about laying it flat on the ground. Will it be easy that way? So you'll probably think that, yes, if I peel the box from all sides and if I lay it flat on the ground, it'll be much easier and faster to paint my textures on it. So same thing with the character. That's a process of UVing or unwrapping, a lot of different names, is where pretty much we're going to peel the character from all sides and we're going to lay it flat on a canvas, and that canvas is called the UV area. So U stands for U is X and V is Y pretty much. So to show us the UV, let's go to Panels, Save Layouts, and let's go to Perspective UV Texture Editor. So this is your UV Texture Editor, and this is the canvas right here. So this is your, what is known as the 0 to 1 UV space. So these pretty much are your work areas in this case right now, but this is what we are using. So by default, this is the 0 to 1 UV space, and you can see this is your X and here's your Y. So pretty much we're gonna UV our character or unwrap our character and lay him on this canvas over here, and then we'll take it to a paint package and we'll start putting some textures on him. So that's the reason we did all our selection sets, so the process of UVing is much easier. So with that said, let's just begin UVing our character. So let's select the body first. So here's the body, and you can see already this was not supposed to be there, so I'm just going to Control deselect it. Let's go to face mode and Control deselect it. Let's go Shift deselect. And let's deselect these two as well. There we go. So with that, let's just do the, I'm still in my polygons mode. Let's go into create UVs, and I'm simply going to do a planar map from the Z-axis, because the Z-axis is pointing, you can see right here, if I hit W, it's pointing in the direction right there. So I'll just do project, and it's still got that piece over here, which was unfortunately selected and I didn't check it. So let me just uncheck those. There we go. And let's go to create UVs planar map. So there's our body, and here's our planar mapping right there. So let's move it down over here. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the front of the face. Again, a planar map from the Z-axis, so create UVs planar map. And there's some options in the planar mapping. I always like to say keep image width and height ratio, insert projection before deformers, but we're not using any deformer right now, so we'll just, that's checked anyway, so let's just make sure that the keep image width height ratio is checked. So after we project this, let's just move this on the side. And when you click outside, it seems sometimes that, you know, everything is missing, but if you click on the character again, you can see sometimes if you don't have stuff showing over here, just simply click on the character and the UVs will show up. You can see right now if I click outside, everything is gone. So click on the character and everything's back. Let's do back, which is the back part of the face over there, back of the head. So let's do create UVs, planar map, and let's move it over here. We gotta separate these two. So let's right click UV, select one of the UVs over here, and you can see it's that UV right there. Control right click to shell. That selects the entire shell. And let's just move it. And maybe even hit R and scale it slightly. Then we're going to do our back over here. And this one, again, planar map from the Z-axis. So let's just come down over here. And then we also have our feet. So let's just do feet. And we could do just a cylindrical map on them, looks like. So let's do a cylindrical map. And let's wrap that cylindrical map around all the way. And let's come down over here. Let's actually select this one and flip it. And control right click to shell. And let's say flip. Same thing. Now finally we have control right click to shell. Let's just move this out of the way. Finally we have our arms. So let's go to arms. And simply I'm going to do a cylindrical map. So right over there. So let's select it. Let's wrap it around all the way. And let's click on that little red icon over there, the little diamond shaped thing. It gives us a rotate and scale tool. And let's just rotate it about there. To about 90 degrees on the Z. So minus 90 is what I want. And it's not selected. Minus 90. There you go. So I was trying to click on the numpad and my numlock wasn't on. And these again could be over here. And this little spike coming out, right click UV, I can simply put that in right over here. So right now I can just leave them there, because again on the arms I'm going to use just a simple color. With that, what we can do is there's a nice little tool over here called Layout UVs, which will pretty much take all your UVs and nicely lay them out in this area over here. But for such a simple character, I'm simply going to just select them and just do it myself. I'm just simply going to lay them out myself. So let's just scale it down. And let's just go over here. And pretty much what we'll do after this is done laying out, we'll do what's called a UV snapshot. And we'll take it to a paint package, such as Photoshop or any other package of your choice. And we will not entirely create the things in Photoshop, but I'll just show you how simple it is to lay down your textures. So let's select these two. Just want to make sure these are exactly that size. So again, let's keep them right over here. And finally our arms over here. So let's select these two again and just lay them out over here. Let's do F for framing. And let's say right around here. So there's our UVs right over there on the character. And pretty much what I'll do is I'll select the UVs and I'll say polygons UV snapshot. Now if that's going out of the video recording, I can just pull it up here. So polygons UV snapshot. It opens a window for us and you can browse where you want to save your file, what you want to save it as. I normally save it as a TIFF. That's what I like to do. And the size. And pretty much you do that and then you open that TIFF file in Photoshop and start painting over it. So in the next video I'll show you the version that was painted and how we got it back in Maya.